Oi, oi, all right, how's it going? I'm Grant, this is Doodle Review, and we're closing out a week of punk reviews with a look at a new record from the Menzingers. They're a punk band from Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Some of It Was True is the band's 8th album, depending on if you count their acoustic re-release of their last record. I find the Menzingers fall into the category, and I mentioned it before this week actually, they fall into the category of a band that seem perpetually to be experiencing the post-30s blues. They also seem to move closer and closer towards Springsteen core with every record. And Springsteen core is like this interesting phenomenon where American punk bands slowly transition from anthemic punk rock to blue-collar Americana almost seamlessly. Both of those traits, the Springsteen and the millennial punk blues, aren't necessarily a bad thing in and of themselves. And actually, previous record Hello Exile was pretty successful at walking that line. With some wittily cynical and sometimes misty-eyed lyricism, songs like America You're Freaking Me Out and Anna were able to negate the potential for cliche with that smart songwriting and those undeniable soaring choruses. That album did run out of steam as it progressed, but it's still one I'll put on to revisit my favourites every once in a while. I think on this latest record, Some of It Was True, the band seems to have sought to double down on the very broad, very simple, very crowd-pleasing songwriting of the last album, which is an admirable goal. When it's done well, the broad church of straight-up Americana radio rock is hard to beat. It's literally why we still talk about Springsteen. But in pursuing this goal, they take a swing, and for the most part, I think it's a bit of a miss. It's a bit of a disappointment. The opening cut, Hope is a Dangerous Little Thing, kind of provides a glimpse of some of the album's shortcomings up front, in that its lyrical premise is pretty contrived. However, this is one of the few instances where the swing for the universal theme and sound works. The chorus has gang vocals that provide a classically punk sound that we don't really get much of on the whole on this record, and it's really fun. But the contrivances and middle of the road songwriting start to stack up over the next few songs, with There's No Place for Me in This World, or There's No Place in This World for Me initially being alright with a catchy enough melody, but then Nobody Stays being completely middling. The title track, Some of It Was True, brings me back on side after a couple of duds. This is a track where you have the universal and simple conceit of the older I get, the less I know, but it mixes it with some unique, witty and sharp lines like when I was 17 smoking cigarettes that wouldn't kill me yet. It's a flashback to exactly what I said kind of worked on Hello Exile. That wit, though, sadly disappears almost instantly with Try, where the intro gives you that mandala effect of sounding like a Menzingers track you've heard before, and Come On Heartache literally comes in with like this basic nursery rhyme riff. It's actually at this point where the band seem to go south from the heartland Americana to almost sounding like a country rock band, especially on Take It to Heart. It actually doesn't not suit them, but it would be good to hear the style on some better songs, in my opinion. I can't deny that despite my complaints, I have caught myself singing along at points, so the Menzingers approach is certainly successful in that regard, and I've no doubt it will find its audience. But for me, a loss of that wit and edge, of which there are scant glimpses here, which makes the absence harder to bear, it just all adds up to a 5 out of 10. But tell me, what did you think? Did I get this right? What was your favourite track? Share some thoughts, show some love, or just hurl some abuse at me in the comments. There are all the other videos from Punk Week in the description below. Check them out, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.